What up, Fun Employment fam? It's Quit My Day Job here, and today we've got an exciting video, and well, Season 10 Emergence has dropped, so Seer, the brand new legend, is going to be getting a guide from me. Now, I have been playing Seer a ton, trying to figure out different tips and tricks. I mean, we even had a video that hit 1 million views on our TikTok, just doing some of the basic things that I've already found. So I figured I should probably make a guide, help everybody out here, and maybe give you some information on how to play or improve, and or just learn about Seer and how to play him if you're interested. So let's get to it. To get things kicked off, I know this maybe has already been done before, but I promise I'll go really quickly. We just need to start at the very beginning. I'm going to go through his abilities very quickly, and then we'll get into some of the tips, tricks, and guide portion. First and foremost, Seer uses micro drones and his artist's eye to spot opportunities that other legends can't. And basically, he has a passive that's his heartbeat seeker. It visualizes and hears the heartbeats of nearby enemies when aiming down sights to get a clue to their location. Seer is able to ADS even while not holding a weapon. The tactical focus of attention summons micro drones to emit a focused delayed blast that goes through walls, revealing enemies and their health bars, plus interrupting their actions. For example, healing, abilities, etc. Ultimate exhibit. Create a sphere of micro drones that reveal the footsteps of enemies moving quickly or firing their weapons within. The passive is recon, so they're able to scan beacons. First up, we want to help you understand the passive better. Now, the first thing that we noted is that when you ADS without a weapon, it will actually work with Seer. So it does a scope in, shows you the heartbeat reticle, meaning you don't have to have a weapon to be able to use the heartbeat. Now, something extremely important to notice is when you're on your mini map, you'll be able to see the cone that goes out in a 75-meter direction, spreading out across the map. And if you look around here, you can actually see some blue lines over here, indicating the end of the range. Now, as we move closer in, you'll notice that heartbeats start to appear. Now, if you're not quite there, as you move off, you'll notice the heartbeats start to go green because they're outside the radius. The further away outside the radius you are, the more faint the heartbeats will appear. However, you'll still see them. You'll still be able to see the direction, and you have an indicator. You just know you're outside of your range of being able to actually use your abilities. Next up is when you look at the passive and you see the direction, it's actually a 360-degree radius circle for me. You can get an indication on the direction from where your reticle is currently to where they are. So you'll notice I have one up and to the left, one to the left, and one to the right, which is indicating these three dummies. So you've got the one here, the one to the right, the one to the left, and if you're over here, you only have to the right. If you're up, you're there down, right, and left. Now, this one with the passive is kind of a fun trick to me. If you go ahead and scope in, you'll hear the heartbeat. Normal pace. When they're hurt, you'll hear a faster heartbeat. Below half health is typically where this starts happening. One other trick I've been using the passive for is as I'm running through areas, especially high populated areas like Fragment, what I'll do is periodically, when I'm jump sliding, just hit my ADS briefly. It doesn't lose your speed or anything like that, but you can get an indication of if anybody's around. Now, you'll notice as I'm looking here, you'll see how there's green dots all around. Nobody's really around me right now. Now, if I just go like this as I'm running and I notice, oh, there's an enemy. This allows people to not mirror you or follow you without you noticing. As a recon legend, it's extremely important that you are aware of your surroundings, especially with a passive like Seer's. This next tip is kind of in addition to the original. That is, you can use your passive while moving. This time, if you combine your tactical while moving, you're actually able to use it while moving full speed. The downside to this is you actually have to have your tactical up. So if you're in a tricky situation, it's not as easy to move. You don't necessarily need it in the first tip, but in this one, you must have your tactical ability ready to use. Now, when you're using the passive, you'll notice that the reticle is red. That means that there's an enemy inside of the radius for you to be able to shoot your tactical out and hit them. You'll also notice that there are right and left-hand side bars that show you the range within your purview that will actually be struck by your tactical. So now you'll notice they're in view. They're in view. As I move off to the right, you'll notice it's now green, meaning nobody is going to be hit. As soon as I go to the right a little bit, one enemy is going to be hit. If you move in with the tactical and you notice they're on the right-hand side, oftentimes to make sure that you don't miss, since the tactical can be fairly easy to be dodged, you can slide over in the direction to be able to hit them. Now, just to demonstrate, that's a miss because the reticle is green for me. Now, the reticle is red. Let's line these up, and I hit him. Goes out 75 meters, and boom, all three are hit. You notice their health bar is revealed for a period of time, and you can see where they are on the map. The last thing to mention about the tactical is that it's very easy to be dodged. So if you use it and it's looking like you're not 100% over someone, be certain to save it or only use it when it looks like you have everybody in it. Now, I'm picking up the heartbeat on the right-hand side for this other dummy, but remember, if you're going to use it, it makes a major beam. There's a good amount of cooldown on it, 25 seconds. So even though it's not detrimental to not have your Q or your tactical, it can be a big deal to miss. So make sure that you're actually knowing that the person is there and you're going to be hitting someone before you use it. Wasting it could be costly. The next tip with the tactical, and this requires a little bit of coordination with your teammates. If you know someone is low and your teammate pings them that this person is low, it's extremely strong and a great idea to actually use your tactical on that person. We know it cancels healing and abilities. So if you're going to use the tactical, they know they're low, you shoot the tactical, it reveals their HP and it cancels their healing, giving you an opportunity to capitalize on that enemy. The last part is understanding the ultimate. Now, it's extremely strong because you can throw it out, and when you throw it out, it will create this sphere. Within this sphere, it highlights everybody within the area. So, for example, these dummies, that dummy is not in it. Now, it's extremely important to note that this sphere is seen by everybody. So when you use it, you need to be very mindful that everyone can see it. And in the middle, the heartbeat can be destroyed. It's extremely important to note that the heart you throw has those micro drones that are deployed to create the force field, but that central heart can actually be destroyed by enemies, so you need to be very mindful of your placement, similar to something like caustic barrels, Watson's trophy system, etc. If an enemy team can find it easily, it will be shot out, and you're not going to get the most use out of it. Now, it's extremely strong for disrupting fights, but if it doesn't last very long, it does nothing for you. So be mindful of the placement. Also, I would encourage people to use their tactical before they use their ultimate in a fight. If you're in a fight and you're feeling very strong, you can use your ultimate. The cooldown is very low on it. But there's another piece that I think the ultimate is not used very often for that I think is extremely important. A lot of people have been frustrated by the Revenant and Octane combination, bounce pads being taken, not being able to hear them, Revenant's totem being very strong and being able to push into fights and have little to no cost for doing so. One of the most powerful things about Seer's kit, I like to drop the ultimate after I finish a fight if I still haven't used it yet. Because sometimes you clean up a fight faster, especially if you use the tactical, get multiple people on a scan. You know that those people are where they are. You don't necessarily need to use the ultimate in that scenario, so holding on to it can be helpful, specifically with third party. Now, let's say you clean up a fight and you're going to be looting. Sometimes I like to just simply drop it down, go ahead and start rezzing my teammates, and I can know if anybody enters into the sphere. So if I'm getting pushed by a third party, whether it's Revenant, Octane, or otherwise, third parties are a massive thing in battle royales. This ultimate being placed down gives you an indication if someone's coming, allows you to full reset, and better adjust. Now, if you don't hear shots in the area or anything along those lines, and you're really not that concerned, it might be a waste to still use it here. But in specific circumstances, it's extremely powerful to have your ult out. I mean, and look, in just the amount of time we've been talking, we've already started to get 15% back. If you even carry an ult Excel, you'll basically have your ult in no time anyway. So don't be shy with the ultimate like you might other legends. Now, the last thing I'll say, and it's kind of to piggyback on what I've talked about with the tactical and the ultimate, and this is really closing things out. I think it's extremely important to note that when you're using your tactical, the lower cooldown is extremely beneficial when you're taking poke damage or trying to create some sort of trade that's favorable for your team. For example, if you're across buildings and fragment, you use your tactical to get information on where they are and their health before pushing. The ultimate is more of a, hey, we have no idea what we're going into. We're going into this very quickly, or we're about to third party this, and it might be strong for us to have my ultimate, as well as if an enemy uses their Seer ultimate, dropping the ultimate to see their footsteps too, so they don't just move so freely, creating an even playing field for your team. And or it's extremely strong to hold on to your ultimate when they drop theirs, maybe get outside of the range of the ult if it's very easy to do so and they've poorly placed it, get outside of the range, wait some time for theirs to cool down, and then use your ult to create the advantage for your team. So while I say drop it, that's only if your team is at a disadvantage. You'll want to use it to counter. It's one of the best counters is if you both have equal amounts of information. That's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, I'm going to be exploring Seer and his abilities more and more with Season 10 Emergence, and I'm going to be exploring, especially on my Twitch channel, creating gameplays and guides for the YouTube channel over here. But I'm going to be also releasing tips and tricks on TikTok and so many other platforms. The best way, if you're enjoying these and want to learn more, is come by my Twitch channel. I love to interact with people, and I love exploring and understanding legends, especially Seer right now, more and more. It's one of my favorite things, discovering more about this game that's given so much and offers so much. Would love to have you come by. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. Please don't forget to like, comment down below. What might I have missed? Tell other people. I want you to support each other and foster a community of helping one another. Much love, everybody. My name is Quit My Day Job with Zero. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell to stay up to date on everything that we're doing over here. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Yeah, I got the K cause I got a day job. I'ma let my lemonade talk. When I'm sitting at my desk, man, I really hate y'all. Fuel for my other day job. Work, work, work. Okay, mom. I've been doing good, I ain't getting laid off. And some J. Crew plans, start my day with a muffin, doing 951, going hard on a budget. And you have no